Ladies and gentlemen, friends, today we are holding a conference titled Migration and the Demographic Threat, New Challenges. First, we want to sincerely thank you for taking time away from your Saturday responsibilities to be here with us. What we promise is that today, you will hear something different, something beyond the typical talking points you might have heard before. You'll hear speeches with truly original content, and we'll try to approach the topic of migration, illegal immigration, and demographics from a fresh perspective, drawing on the conclusions of the first conference we held on the same subject back in 2019. Between 1820 and 1883, only 398 Greeks migrated to the United States. Among them, about 40 orphans of the War of Independence, who were adopted by Hellenics. However, from 1881 to 1946, 431,650 Greek men and women settled in America. As you'll see in the first slide, they mostly arrived by steamship at Ellis Island in New York. In the next slide, you'll see statistics showing that the vast majority of Greeks migrated legally, let me emphasize that, to the United States during the period from 1910 to 1930. There was also a major second wave during the 1970s. As I mentioned earlier, the overwhelming majority of migrants arrived legally. They didn't jump over fences, they didn't cram onto overloaded boats, they didn't discard their passports. They underwent thorough examinations at what was known back then as Castle Garden. Their health was checked even before they left for America. Greek migrants obtained visas from American consulates in Piraeus or Patras. There were exclusion criteria: immorality, poor physical health, mental illness, and criminal records. Migrants could be deported even if they had already reached Ellis Island. Yet the number of deportations was extremely small. Only 458 Greeks were sent back out of 430,000 who arrived. These were healthy, lawful migrants. The United States, however, later faced a massive wave of illegal immigration during the administration of President Trump's predecessor. You'll see in the chart how sharply the numbers rose, but fortunately, that situation has since been reversed, and today, illegal immigration to the U.S. is approaching zero. These challenging times demand strong leadership. They called for decisive measures, like the wall, a wall that America will soon finish building. I can't help but reflect that Greece, even after all these years, still hasn't managed to complete its own, much smaller barrier. President Trump, though, is not standing alone. Many European leaders are following his example. Some have already been elected, among them President Orban of Hungary, Geert Wilders, and Robert Fico. And at this point, I would like to welcome the Hungarian ambassador, Mr. Show. Schult. I won't name them all. You know who they are. Europe has made a decision. Europe now belongs to the Europeans. At this point, since many friends are also watching us online, let me say a few words about the Greek chapter of the US. Republican Party. We were founded in 2019. We've registered around 60,000 American citizen voters living here in Greece, most of them second-generation immigrants who returned to their homeland. We also operate the EastMed Strategic Studies Institute, a think tank responsible for today's event together with Elismi, which we are pleased to welcome. In a few moments, Mr. Martsoukos and Mr. Balzoi, who are already here with us in the audience, will also join in contributing to this exceptional conference. Now, I'd like to clear up something, because I'm often asked, where do you find the money to organize these conferences, to maintain the I Love Petrita station, to carry out all this positive contribution to Greece's political life? I assure you, everything is built through the hard work and personal sacrifice of our members. No one funds us, not USAID, not dirty CIA money, not European. Commissions, not George Soros. We rely entirely on your support, no matter how small or how important your contribution may be. Now, before we hear from the distinguished Hungarian ambassador, we will watch two videos. The first is from Germany, sent by a dear friend and fellow activist, Alexis Dona, a Greek expatriate who is leading the effort to support Greek migrants in Germany. The second video is from Mr. Smalaktos, president of the Association of Large Families of Drama, who also represents the national coordinating bodies of the large family associations. Thank you all for being here, and thanks to those watching us online from all across Greece and around the world. Enjoy the conference.